Coming up next on Get Caught in a Net.
You are now tuned in to Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, where your host, Annette Harris, analyze intriguing life questions and concerns, such as, do Christians suffer from mental illness? Have you wondered why they act abnormal? Or you may ask, what is really going on in their minds? Do you need Annette? Well, keep listening for a biblical understanding of the psychology of the mind.
Great afternoon, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It's your girl, Annette Harris. It is Wednesday. I know that we haven't been live with you for the past couple of weeks, but I always say when you see my face around 12 noon Central Standard Time on a Wednesday, that means it's time for you to come on and get caught in a net. I want to make sure that everything is going well and working well for each of you. We just wanted to come on today and talk with you. This is so exciting to be here, just to have another day in God's presence to be with you. So let's check out each of you and see how you're doing. Do me a favor when you come in to the live feed, go ahead and make sure you click that share button. I am live on my Facebook page, Annette Get Caught in the Net. Also on YouTube, Get Caught in the Net Incorporated. And then we are live on Instagram in just a few minutes, but we'll be live there. At the end of this segment, what I'm going to do, of course, is to have us to have this particular recorded session uploaded to intellectualradio.com, their YouTube channel. It has been a whirlwind of a year, a whirlwind of a few months. But I'm so glad. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. Let's see. I'm going to look to see. I have some people that are watching. Why don't you guys do me a favor, and when you come into the live feed, go ahead and just give a shout out. Say hello to me if you would not mind, and talk to me on today so that I can see who is here with me. I have noticed that Facebook has this thing where you can tag everybody into your particular live feed. And I know sometimes people kind of find that a little irritating, but I guess that's a quick way to get everybody in to your live feed. If you have something to say, you want to share something with individuals. So go ahead and just tag individuals in. I see some of you coming in. I think that is Janice Pritchard. I always say, and I promise you, I am going to get you a gift. I say that all the time, but I'm going to do it because you are just such an absolute jewel, and you share without reservation. You tag individuals without reservation, and you are just such a sweetheart. And I just pray God's blessings on you, but I'm going to get you some. I'm getting you something for or before Christmas. Janice Pritchard. God bless you. She says, greetings, liked and shared. So thank you so much. And I see my little sis, Michelle Thomas says, hey, sis. Hey, back at you. I also see my Mama Joyce. She's waving her hand. Thank you so much, Mama Joyce, Dr. Joyce Graham. And she's a mentor also. I call her my mom, my God mom. She's just such a jewel. She has just grabbed many of us and called us her daughters, and the gentlemen her sons. And I thank God for her. Also, my girl, hey, Miss Texas, just celebrated that big birthday. I think you said you're celebrating all month. Good afternoon, Annette. Blessings and congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that's pretty much what I want to come in here. I want to show you some guys, show you guys some things on today about what God has been doing, what he's done. It has been a week since the awards ceremony. with the Distinguished Authors Guild. And I think that I'm still in shock. This is the first day since probably a few days that I've actually done something with myself. You ladies know what I'm talking about. But anyway, um, I was last Wednesday, the 8th, was the award ceremony. Unfortunately, 2 days later, I became so sick, guys. I was sick to the point I couldn't even hold myself up. Um, and I was suffering from food poisoning. And unfortunately, it took me out. It took me out. So for I'm still kind of getting my strength back, honestly. Um, but I was so sick to the point where when I became sick, I was still in Vegas because of the award ceremony, but I had to delay my flight return home because I was so ill. I could not. There was no way that I could even eh, think about mentally getting on a plane, getting home, because my body was just it was just beat down. It was I was in pain. I was ill. That food poison ain't no joke. I'll just say that much. I'll spare you all the details, but I was so ill, guys. And that's probably why, not probably, that is why you really didn't hear that much from me after Wednesday or by the time Friday came, in terms of social media, because I just had no strength. I could not do anything. And I'm like, God, what is this? What is going on? And, of course, the enemy tried to say, see, you won your award. Now you're going to be sick. And I said, oh, that's okay because I still won the award. That was all God. It was all God's doing with the award. But yeah, it was crazy. And I wanted to do a post because you know how when you're going through or when you are the Lord blesses you to be able to do some things that you've actually maybe asked people to pray about. So I was asking people to pray about the awards and everything. And when you come back like that, you want to give a report and tell people what happened. And I wanted to do a post that was thanking individuals for all of their support and everything. And I couldn't even get the strength to even do a post. I did a few things, something that was kind of real quick, that didn't take much effort, if you will. And but God is, I'm telling you, when I tell you He is your strength and He is your healer, when you depend upon Him, whoo, He will bring you through. Y'all, because I don't know how I was going to make it. I did not know. I trust me, I did not know. I thank God, of course, for my husband, being there and helping me through, and being what I need, being what I need him to be, because I would not have made it. Oh my goodness, I wouldn't have made it. But I'm grateful again to God for what He's done and what He's doing. I am kind of looking around because I'm trying to tag individuals. So again, if you wouldn't mind tagging for me, because I want to be able to thank individuals on today. And I don't want to take it for granted what God has done and what He's doing. Because, at the end of the day, you try to look at the big picture and what God has. Sometimes you may not see the big picture. You know that God is at work, but for Him to come out and to do things through little me, I want to humble myself before Him, and allow Him to just work however He's going to work, do whatever He's going to do. And I just want to be that vessel. I just want to be the vessel that He wants me to that He wants to use. And so again, I know I already mentioned this. I like to come back and to thank people. I appreciate those who supported financially. I appreciate those who supported in your words, in your kindness, and you know, telling me that I deserved it and you were just behind me. Of course, I appreciate those who supported and purchased my book. It has been August made a year since my book was published, and God has just been blessing ever since, from setting up booths to sell my books to making it available, of course, on my website and being a part of so many different things to highlight my book. The Gathering of the Black Authors picture here in Chicago, and it is on display at the Bronzeville Historical Society in Chicago, Illinois. From my book also being in the bookstore at DuSable Museum of African American History here in Chicago. Of course, being online at Walmart, Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, of course, on my website. And I also just found out that it's on Apple. I didn't know. I was a shout out to my makeup artist in Las Vegas. I had to find a makeup artist when I got there, and um, I had just met her. And so she was like, well, where are you going? What are you doing? And I'm like, well, my book was nominated. And so she's like, let me buy your book right now. So she picked up her phone. She's like, are you on Apple? And I said, I don't know. But she looked it up. So I'm on Apple. I said, I'll let to say my book is on Apple. But I am just grateful for God and his blessings and what he's decided that he wants to do through me. And I wanted to see if I could get a few more people on before I show this video. Um, it is something that we were blessed to be able to um, put together and make sure that you guys see some of the things that happened, because many people weren't able to make it to Vegas. And I totally understand that. So it is. I'm grateful for technology, should I say, and how you were able to watch it after the fact. Um, I was really, really nervous. Can I tell you that? um, I was praying, said, Lord, I do want to win because this is an honor. But then I started thinking about how it was just an honor to be nominated. Um, just straight out, just an honor to be nominated. And you don't want to disregard that, and just taking the fact that God blessed in that respect. And so I said, okay, Lord, your will, Lord, I want to win, but let your will be done. So that's how I had to pray. And it wasn't easy to pray like that. I don't know about admitting y'all, but sometimes it just ain't that easy. But you had to submit to the will of God, and just allow Him to work. Shout out to Walter Jones, my brother. He's probably not watching. He's too busy. But Walter Jones, I reached out to him. I reached out to a number of people actually to ask them about their financial support. And so my brother, Walter Jones, without hesitation, without reservation, I don't know if he wants me to tell you guys this, he purchased a ticket, a virtual ticket. And I was like, well, thank you. And I'm just grateful for people who were willing to do that. Also, my aunt, Dr. Jane Crosley, our birthdays are in the same month, in the month of September, and 2 days apart, as a matter of fact. I was born 2 days after her birthday. And so she likes to get me a gift every year, for my birthday. And she asked me this year, she said, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, well, Auntie, I said, because at this point I found out that I had been nominated. I said, would you mind just purchasing a ticket? She wanted to come, but the award ceremony was happening the same week as the Church of God in Christ Holy Convocation. Of course, she was going to be there. She has a prominent position and everything. So I said, would you mind just purchasing a ticket? I said, no, you're not going to be able to come in person physically. I said, but if you would not mind doing that for me. And she was like, oh, sure. So the two of them, uh, Walter and my aunt, they both supported me financially with tickets. And I found out later that there were others who purchased tickets, and I didn't even know, virtual tickets. Erica, I know, being one of them. And then there were others as well. Now, um, thank you, whoever all of you were that purchased tickets that I did not know that you did in support of the nomination, because what you were also doing, you weren't only supporting my nomination, you were supporting the other, of course, nominees, but you were also supporting the effort of Distinguished Authors Guild to create scholarships, $1,000 scholarships to college freshmen. And so that was the aim. So if you were purchasing a ticket, then that's where the ticket proceeds were going to go toward. And I am all for that. We have to support our young people. We know how expensive college can be, okay? And that's no joke at all. And so I was so grateful to be able to be a part of something that was giving back or paying forward, however you want to say it. And so that was what your money, the proceeds from your ticket sales, were going to go towards. And so let's see here. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and show this video. I see many of you are tagging, and thank you so much, Mama Joyce. I see you tagging individuals in, and I do see my Auntie Deborah Brown praying for you all and your family. Auntie Deborah, I really am. Thanks for coming in. She calls me baby girl because that's who I am. I am the baby girl. All right. So wait, don't go anywhere, guys. I want you to look at this video. Let me see if I can get this set up. You can continue to tag individuals into the live feed if you would not mind for me. And let's see if I can share my screen. And let's go here.
Congratulations to Annette Harris, winner of Best Memoir at the 2023 Distinguished Authors Guild Awards for her outstanding portrait memoir, Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat. Annette, keep shining and keep lighting the way.
The winner is Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat by
I'm ready to go from memory. I first have to thank God. God is the only constant in my life. And He has brought me to this point. It is by His grace that I'm here. I thank God for my brother, whom the book is written about. I thank God for his godly example. Being a man of God, unfortunately, his life was cut short. The book would not be, of course, if it were not for him. So I thank God for you, Daryl. This is definitely for you. I thank God for my sisters. been here, but I appreciate those that keep me in check. I'm the baby of the family. I also thank God for my brothers-in-law. I have to thank God for all of this, my support, Michael and Simone, and also my nieces and my nephews. Michael Kadesh, Michael's wife, Adele, Zalia, Baraka, and then the babies, Athena and Zora. I thank God for them. They are my help. I thank God for my therapist, because as I was writing this book, I had to call them for therapy sessions. Felicia Williams, I thank God about baby counseling services. I also thank God for my publisher, Kristen R. Harris. Wonderful woman of God that prays. She prayed me through. I thank God for Kevin McGee. He wrote the poem that is within my book. And I thank God for Miss Gina Jackson, her entire committee. This woman is a jewel. She's a jewel. Works for her as others. I thank my mind, body, and soul with Annette supporters. 10 years this year we celebrated on my online radio show. I'm going to end this, but I cannot sit down without thanking God for my husband. He's been one of my prayers. He's been my rock. And without him, I wouldn't even call for the therapy sessions because I kept crying so much and asked him to pray for me. And he said, "Baby, don't you think you need a therapist?" But he's been there with me, upholding me and praying for me and seeing me through. I'm just grateful to God. I was a little nervous, didn't know what would happen. And just had to sit in my seat and take it in for him. Thank you so much.
All right, all right. That is just a little bit of the little caption from the night. There was so much that was happening that night. It was just a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. And that, what you saw, was just a compilation of my husband, his videography in the background. He was able to capture all of that. I didn't even realize that he caught all of that from the beginning when they, after the category was called. Um, and my reaction to it. I think I was probably, yeah, I was in shock. And but I could not move until, I just had to sit there and just pray and just thank God. So it was just it was a good overwhelming feeling. And God is just so good. I just love him so much because this is all again for his glory. This has nothing to do with me at all. And I say that all the time. Everything that I do, the writing of the book, my radio show, podcast, my sash talk discussion, my daily sash talk discussions, everything that I am doing and that will come out of this is for God's glory. God wants his people to be helped. And again, I just want to be the vessel. for him to use. And so whatever it is that he wants me to do, I want to do it. I see some of you guys on. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks to Neil. I appreciate you. She says, congrats again, Annette. Well deserved. Hashtag Sash Movement. That's right. It is a movement. And that was coined by our own Mama Joyce. You remember that, Tennille? And oh, Mama Joyce, honey, let me tell you, there is a story behind that dress. I'll have to tell you directly. But thank you for the compliment. Thank you so much. I'll tell you a little bit about the dress. I actually, there was an event that I was due to host, a red carpet event last year. Last year, and I think it started the year before last, and well into last year I was supposed to host an event. And so I was going to do two outfit changes, right? So I went ahead and purchased the outfits, had them made, actually tailor made for me. And that event eventually ended up getting canceled, so I had two red carpet outfits that were sitting in my closet. I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do with these? I'm like, should I maybe try to sell them or something? But again, they were tailor made for me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. This was way before the nomination. Well, when I received word that Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat was nominated, and they talked with all of the, we had a powwow Zoom conversation with the nominees, and they were telling us about the event that was going to happen in Vegas, the award ceremony. And first thing they said, Gina Gatson, first thing she said was, and this is going to be a red gala affair. So women, wear your red. Come dressed in your fancy red. And bing, light bulb went off. I said, oh my God, I have this red dress, this red gala, red carpet outfit that I can wear. And I said, God, you do all things well. So, I didn't spend my money for nothing. God had a plan all along. I'm thinking I'm purchasing it for that event that I was supposed to host, which eventually, like I said, was canceled. But God said, no, we're going to let you use that dress for something else. So that's probably what God really wanted me to buy the dress for, huh? What y'all think? But yeah, so that's the little history behind the dress. There's more to it, but I'll have to tell you that off the air, Mama Joyce. So yeah, that was just a blessing. Everything was well laid out. Gina Gatson of Distinguished Authors Guild. I sing her praises all the time, and I do that without reservation, without hesitation, and not to uplift her, the person, but to uplift God who is in her, because I see how God works through her and how he blesses and anoints her to bless other people. She has, I mean, this girl, her heart is just huge. Do you hear what I'm saying? Huge. She has a huge heart of gold. She has a passion, of course, for authors and writers, and giving them their due. Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat was among the top 3 in the category of memoirs. Trying to get my words together here. So I was told that this was like a really, really good year for Distinguished Authors Guild in terms of the submissions. There were a lot of submission books, and authors submitted their work, and it was just great, for them. But the committee, they had a lot to choose from, and so when so I'm saying that to say you have all these great books to choose from. And to be honored in such a way, number one, to be nominated, and then number two, to win. I don't take that lightly. I don't take it lightly at all. And I know that God is in control of all of it. I tried to take my time with the thank yous, and to try and thank those who, were just in my corner, for so many years. whether it is, again, with this particular radio show, with other things that I've done, and especially with this book. Of course, I had to give honor to my family and all that they've done to help me, to push me along the way. And Elder McGee, if many of you have purchased my book, you see that the poem that he wrote is sprinkled throughout my book. It has a purpose in there. Also, of course, my publisher, mentioned her earlier, Kristen Harris. She is just great, and I'm grateful to just even knowing her, becoming associated with her, and working with her. And she's a true gem, true genuine woman of God. Um, who else? My therapist. You guys heard me talk about my therapist in my thank you speech. Felicia Williams was just there for me and helping me and grabbing my hand and taking me through this project. Um, she's anointed. She's a saved, sanctified LPC Mama Joyce, and so she took me through. I'm here in Illinois, so I had to get someone that was in Illinois. Um, and there were just so many others. And then, of course, those of you who purchased the book, those who read the book, those who are pushing the book, those who've interviewed me about my book on their shows, and the exposure that God has just given me has just been beautiful, good, overwhelming. Uh, I think again that I'm still in shock. Also, thank people that were behind the scenes working to help me to get to that point. I want to give a shout out to Deanna Adams, Dee's Creations. She created my bookmarks. She also created my pins. I have pins for Sash Talk. You may or may not be able to see this. Let me pull this out. This will actually display my Sash Talk logo. Sash Talk, where talks turn to transformations. She created that for me. And then, so she helped me. Also, I had a tablecloth that she personalized for me. Because before the award ceremony, we were blessed to be able to display our books, sell our books, and connect with the other authors, purchase theirs as well. So again, shout out to Deanna Adams for helping me to set that table up. And then also, of course, those who helped me before the nomination. Demetria Brand Triplett. She blessed me with, helped me, and created that beautiful banner that you guys see whenever I'm out. Demetria Brand Triplett created that and had it sent here to me from Indianapolis. Demetria does a lot of background. She really does. And I'm grateful to her and our connection. Also, of course, Brandy McCord. She, instrumental. The pictures, the professional photography pictures that you see, different ones that I had to submit, even as leading up to the award ceremony, and what you see on social media, that's Brandy McCord, quantum imaging photography. And we all know that she also was one who has created my promos in the past. Demetria Brand Triplett did as well. So this. I mean, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I don't want to forget. I want to mention my sister Gwendolyn. If you heard at the beginning of that particular video, the voiceover, my sister Gwen did that for me. My sister is my voiceover artist. She's been my voiceover artist for the duration of Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, the radio show. The intros and outros that you hear, that's my sister's voice. So she created that for this particular video for me as well. So I'm grateful to her. She's a professional voiceover artist, background in HR for probably like 40 plus years. And she is just phenomenal in what she does. And I thank God for her. We created a video around the time of my book signing, and that was created by my nephew Michael and his wife Adele. do both. I have producers and directors in my family, and photographers, videographers as well. And I'm grateful for their contribution in helping to bless the work that God has given me. I see your comment, Mama Joyce, and I totally agree. God surrounded me with so many great supporters, and I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful for Him doing the work. And let's see, I hope I'm not forgetting it. I hate to call out names. I feel like I'm in church. You kind of, miss people. But yeah, there's just so many. I think I had them on my acceptance speech that I thank God even for my haters. I thank God for those who try not to support me, who don't want to support me, who try to stay in the background and try and peer and see what I'm doing, but they don't want to acknowledge anything that I'm doing. I thank God for you because you keep me on my knees. You keep me in that neology area of life. And so I thank God for you. You don't discourage me. You push me to continue on and to, know that I must be doing something right. So I'm going to continue to allow the Lord to lead and guide me um, in to whatever else He has for me to do. Now, I do want to encourage you guys that if you have not purchased my book, Surviving a Silenced, my award-winning book, Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat. Yes, I had to put that up there. If you have not purchased my book, please make sure you do so. You have so many different places that you can purchase my book. You can go to Amazon, Walmart, Books A Million, Barnes and Noble. I just told you earlier, I found out I'm on Apple. I don't know how that is, but I thank God for that. Also on my website, getcaughtinternetRadio.com. GetcaughtinternetRadio.com. Under this shop section, you can purchase my book there. Also, the book's landing page, for my book, GCIANET.com. That's still available. If you just want to purchase my book, it'll go straight directly to Amazon. Now, if you go to my website and purchase my book, you will get a personalized copy. I will personalize it for you and mail it to you. And otherwise, you would just get the book itself. But the whole purpose is for you to get the book, right? Also, I'm going to do a little, promotion on today. So you hear this little noise that I'm making on my website as well. And again, shout out to Dee's Creation. She created my cups for me. I have a little merchandise on my website. So if you want to purchase mugs, here's a Get Caught in the Net mug. Sometimes I'm on my show and I'm drinking my water or my tea. These are the mugs. So here's a Get Caught in the Net mug. And also, let me pull this back some. And this is the Sash Talk, my daily Sash Talk discussions. Sash Talk, where talks turn to transformation. My mugs are on there as well. Again, this is Dee's Creation, Deanna Adams. And if you're looking for products, personalized products, make sure you reach out to her. So those are on there as well. I already showed you the bookmarkers that she created. Has my picture on it. Cute little bookmarks. If you see, you won't miss your place as you're reading if you have to put it down. And at the bottom has the QR code. The QR code will send you to my dot information. You all know that dot cards are the electronic business cards. So that's what that particular QR code will send you to. So it'll send you to all my information, all my social media information, how to contact me, how to connect with me on dot card. All right. And then I showed you the pins. We have the pins on there as well. I also have t-shirts. I have t-shirts on my website as well. We're going to have new t-shirts with the new logo on there, but currently we do have the Sash is not just a book, it's a movement. We have those t-shirts there available for your purchase. So make sure you visit my website. Let me put that into the comment section so that you guys can make sure to visit my website to purchase my book or um, purchase any other merchandise. And you will not be disappointed. And I know you won't. I know you won't be disappointed. Now that I know you don't want to miss out on this. Some of y'all probably been asleep on this book. Don't go to sleep. Don't you go to sleep. Because God is blessing. He is doing some great things, and you want to be in on the ground floor. I can't tell you everything that's going on right now, but it'll come out uh, as soon as God wants it to come out. So I'm putting this into the comment section about my website where to purchase my book and merchandise. So do not miss it. Go there today. Get caught in netradio.com and you won't be disappointed. So again, the November 1st, November 8th, I did not do a live show. I was trying to get prepared for the award ceremony. And so we took a little time off. And so I wanted to come back on today to talk to you about the win and how God blessed me to be able to win. Um, it's just tremendous. I'm still basking. I'm still basking in what God has done and what He's doing, and what He's yet going to do. I know I keep saying it over and over again. I'm just excited, y'all. I am really, really excited, and I'm just grateful to God. I don't ever want to take His presence for granted. I don't ever want to take what He's doing for granted, and again, everything points back to God. Everything points back to Him. I promise you it does. Um, and if I don't ever want to go off script and have anything, point toward me, because God won't get the glory that way. He will not get the glory that way. Um, so I'm gonna skedaddle on out of here, but I do want you guys to join me on next week. Next week, of course, is the 22nd. It will be the day before Thanksgiving. And next week, Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette will have celebrated 10 years in online radio broadcasting. 10 years. That in itself is an accomplishment. It still blows my mind. So next Wednesday will be the official 10-year anniversary of Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette. And we're going to feature, of course, that will be the fourth Wednesday. So we will still feature Dr. Shirley Hill, Mo Faith Nutritional Services. She's going to come in and do her thing on health and wellness as we're celebrating 10 years. I actually had thought that I wanted to do an in-person celebration for 10 years, but God had other plans. I had no idea this nomination and all of that would come. So there's only so much a girl can do within a certain time period, but it will come. God will bless me to be able to celebrate it. I'm learning the older I get. I see you, Mama Joyce. The older I get, you don't have to do everything before 6 o'clock. I don't know if you remember that. The old saints used to say that you don't have to do everything before 6 o'clock. So we may not be able to do a huge celebration on this year, with it only being about a month left before the end of the year, but we will be able to do that big celebration to acknowledge the 10 years that we have been blessed to be in existence. And I know that many have been blessed by this ministry, and we pray that they would continue to be blessed. I have been blessed by so many of my guests that have come on to talk about various topics of discussion, whether it's their own personal journeys, their books, their music, whatever God has given them. And they have blessed my soul, and I know that they have blessed you all. So it's just been a great ride. It has been a great ride thus far. We're just going to keep rolling until the wheels fall off. All right. Mama Joyce, I appreciate you so much. You're such a sweetheart. She says she's proud of me. I thank you for that. I really do. I appreciate that. If there's anybody else here, I'm trying to see that I did not recognize. Maybe you popped in and I did not recognize your name. Charged to my head, and I'm her. Oh, that mother? Demetrius Burt's. Bert, excuse me, Michi, my friend and sister Michi was on here. And I think Gina Gasson popped in. Gina Gasson, we were just talking about you with your sweetheart of a self. But I did play a little clip of the awards when I received the awards. My husband's clip that he videoed. So I played a little bit of that and was just thanking everybody for the tremendous opportunity to have Surviving a Silence Heartbeat featured, nominated, and also to be able to win in the category of memoir. So thank you again for the opportunity, Gina. I don't take it for granted, and I thank God for it. So we're going to get out of here. I want to play the promo for it next week. I want you guys to join me. All right. Do not miss out on it. We know, again, it's the day before Thanksgiving. Dr. Hill has something to share with us. I know you'll all be trying to skip past listening to Dr. Hill around the holidays, but I think we need to listen to her. What y'all think? What y'all think? If we want to live a healthy and successful life. So let's see here. Make sure that there's nothing else before I play this last clip. And thank you, my sweet. Thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, guys. So take care of yourself. Meet us back next week. I know you're prepping for Thanksgiving. I know you're prepping for the holiday season. There's so much to address. Oh, I do want to mention, I don't know if Mama Joyce is still on here or not, but I believe it is tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Church of God in Christ. And I think you guys are celebrating 5 years, Mama Joyce, with the grief recovery support line. The Church of God in Christ, and I'm so grateful for this, has opened up an avenue where individuals can be able to come and talk about grief. It's a recovery support line. We often talk about how often in the church we don't address these particular issues, dealing with grief, handling grief, going through grief in the church. We don't really address it that much, but the Church of God in Christ, of which I am a part of, has been blessed, laid out this foundation. Dr. Joyce is a part of it. Mother Watts is a part of it, and I believe her other sister as well. And this is going to happen on tonight. Let me see if I can pull up. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure that what I do is share. I think it's on my page, guys. If you go to my page tonight, it has the call-in number where you can call in. They're going to talk about how, dealing with the holidays and losing a loved one, how those two correlate and how you're affected. Because you think, guys, you may or may not have lost someone. You may or may not be grieving about someone or losing, having a major loss in your life, but somebody is. And so when it comes around to the holidays, when it comes around to the various anniversary days, whether it's their birthday or whatever, it can be a little hard. It can be a little hard for individuals to handle it. So the Grief Recovery Support Line is going to have this discussion on tonight. How do we handle it? How do we make it through? You cannot have these conversations enough. Somebody may say, oh, they had that conversation last year. Oh, well, guess what? People are going through every single day, okay? Every single minute. And it may get harder again around the holiday season. So the topic is surviving the holidays. And they're going to share suggestions from personal experience and on how to make it through and survive the holidays. I'm reading the little clip from the post. So if you go to my page, it's on my page. It's from Joyce A. Graham. And this is the Grief Recovery Support Line through the Churches of God in Christ. Mother Barbara McCool Lewis is the general supervisor. Of course, Bishop J. Drew Sheard is our presiding bishop and chief apostle. So you want to make sure that you tune in, if not for yourself, then for somebody else. We want to be able to help each other. And I believe that's our duty. I believe that's our duty, um, to do that. My heart goes out to individuals. When as I was coming along, now my brother's death was the first major one that I experienced, within my immediate family. But then, years went on, lost my grandparents, lost my parents, lost my aunt, uncles, and different ones. And I said to the Lord, I said, why am I experiencing all of this? I couldn't understand, but I have celebrated 20, 30, Jesus, 30 years, I'm telling my age, of dealing with our grief um, support at our church, our bereavement committee. I am the chairperson of our bereavement committee. And so my role is to help families as they're planning the services for their loved one, whether it's going to be at our church or off campus. And I come across a lot of different families. Everybody takes death differently. Of course, deaths are different. But I don't take that position for granted, because, again, somebody needs to help individuals to get through. And I've been through so many different deaths. Not that I'm an expert. I never want to be an expert on losing loved ones. But to be able to bring that in, combined with my schooling, my background in psychology and helping with grief, I just want to be able to help somebody else. So, all right, I said all that to say, I want you guys to make sure that you tune in tonight. The call-in number is 605. I'm doing all of this now verbally, and I'm going to put it into the comments section. 605 562. And give me a second. I'm putting it up here. 0400. And the access code is 211657. So this is the grief recovery support line. And tonight they're going to have the discussion how to make it through the holidays. So make sure you guys support them, tune in. And then I believe they come on, is it every third Wednesday? Please correct me, Mama Joyce, if I am not mistaken. They typically try to come on the third Wednesday to talk about grief recovery support line. All right, so support them. You may or may not need it. Somebody else, maybe you can refer someone else to it. But this is definitely something you need to do. All right. I'm going to get out of here. As I've already stated, I kind of talked a little bit longer than what I anticipated, but I thank each of you. I thank each of you again for your support, for your love, for your comments, for your hearts, for your, your encouragement. You have encouraged me. And I'm glad and grateful to God for knowing you, for having you in my corner, and for loving on me. Because guess what? I'm loving on you. And we just want to do what God has for us to do. All right. Thank you again. Take a look at the promo for next week, and we'll see you soon. On the next session of
Get Caught in a Net with Annette. For your mind, body, and soul. Get caught in a net with Annette. It's your intellectual radio show. Here to inspire you and encourage you to be your very best. Get caught in a net with Annette. caught in a net with